Hey everyone, welcome to That's Good Denver. I'm your host, Chris Romeo, and today I'll be doing the Week 2 predictions for the NFL season. Last week, Week 1, it was kind of a weird week it always happens in Week 1, but we'll see how Week 2 shapes up to be. First, we got the Texans taking on the Browns. Um, the Texans won Week 1 over the Jaguars. They're not supposed to be very good this year at all. The Browns, they lost to the Chiefs Week 1 in a heartbreaking fashion, but I'm taking the Browns in that one easily. Bills, Dolphins, this will be an interesting matchup. Should be a good matchup. Dolphins won Week 1 against the Patriots. Bills surprisingly lost Week 1 against the Steelers. And I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl this year, I'm pretty sure. But I think the Bills bounce back for sure here and get the dub. Then you got the Denver Broncos and Teddy Bridgewater, with Von Miller coming back, taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. Jaguars might put up a good fight with Trevor Lawrence, but with Teddy Bridgewater looked pretty good this last week, and Broncos defense is good. I think they're going to give the Jaguars a hard time and win this one easily and go to 2-0. Patriots Jets. Patriots are pretty good this year. Okay, this year. Jets, obviously not very good. Probably the worst team in the league. I'm gonna take the Patriots, and that defense is gonna look really good, and Mac Jones should have a good day. Might be a close game, but I think Patriots win. Raiders Steelers. Both the teams surprisingly won last. Raiders surprisingly went over the Ravens last week in overtime. That was a thrilling game, and Steelers, beat the Bills, who I said, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Both with surprising wins, and I think it should be a good game, but I think the Steelers hold home field there and get the dub because of the home field advantage. Chiefs Ravens. This is going to be a really good Sunday night game played on Sunday night. High scoring, I think, between Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Should be really fun to watch. The Ravens, they surprisingly lost to the Raiders last week. I don't think Lamar Jackson had a very good game. And the Chiefs, they were trailing to the Browns for a while, but they ended up, getting the win, and, their defense held the end. And this is going to be a good game. This is hard to predict. I got to go with the Chiefs. I want the Ravens to win because it would help the Broncos, but I got to go with the Chiefs. They're the better all-around team, and their run game I think is going to be a little off right now early in the season because of Gus Edwards going out for the season. So yeah. Bengals at Bears. This is going to be another really interesting matchup, I think. Bengals surprisingly won over the Vikings last week. Bears, they got blown out to the Rams. Both of these, Bengals definitely have a better offense than the Bears, I think. Bears definitely have a better defense. This could go either way, I think, but I think the home team, the Bears, they bounce back and, get a week 2 dub. Rams at Colts. Colts defense might give Matthew Stafford a hard time. I don't know. I think the Rams win that one easily. They're the better all-around team. The Colts, have a good defense, but Rams win that one. Cowboys at Chargers. This is going to be a really good game, and Chargers won Week 1 over Washington. Cowboys lost a thrilling opening night game against the Buccaneers, lost 31-29. This could definitely go either way, Cowboys Buccaneers, but I'm going to actually take the Cowboys on the road here, get a bounce-back win, and get them to 1-1. Titans at Seahawks. Titans got embarrassed to the Cardinals last week. I'm not sure what happened there. Their offense is supposed to be high-flying, but it wasn't. Kyler Murray tore them apart on defense. And Seahawks, they got the job done against the Colts last week, getting a dominant win over them. And Seahawks at home, I'm going with the Seahawks. Titans will bounce back eventually, but right now, the way they looked last week, they're not ready to go up against Russell Wilson, the Seahawks. Giants at Washington. This is the game that's played tonight. This is going to be an interesting matchup, I think. Both teams coming off a loss in a weak division. Ryan Fitzpatrick probably out for the season right now. Chase Heineke will be at quarterback. And I was thinking they're also talking about maybe Cam Newton going to Washington, but we'll see. I mean, Cam Newton's currently not on a team right now. Giants, they lost to my Broncos last week. And didn't look too terribly bad. Neither did Washington. And I'm going to go with the home team here, Washington. 49ers at Eagles. Eagles looked dominant against the Falcons last week. They're not supposed to be very good, I don't think, this year. And 49ers look good against the Lions, but Raheem Mostert is out for the season for them. So that's unfortunate, because the 49ers had a bunch of injuries last year. But I think they get the job done against the Eagles and get an easy dub there. Saints at Panthers. Panthers, they won last week against the Jets. Not a surprise. Saints, they blown out the Packers last week. Embarrassed them. I'll get to that later. But, Saints are a better all-around team. So, I'm going to go with the Saints. Falcons at Buccaneers. Falcons got blown out last week to the Eagles. Buccaneers still defending champs. Won a thriller against the Cowboys last week, and I'm going to go with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. And Tom Brady actually said earlier today that he wants to play till he's 50 years old, or he thinks he can do it, which, I mean, that would be crazy, but, yeah, I mean, he's already the oldest quarterback ever, so, we'll see. But Peyton Manning's statistically better, by the way. Vikings at Cardinals. Vikings coming off a bad loss to the Bengals last week. Cardinals dominant win over the Titans. And will the Vikings bounce back? I think it's going to be an intriguing matchup for the playoffs, but I think the Cardinals win that one and win a close one. Monday night game. Lions at Packers. Lions lost to the 49ers, and Packers got embarrassed to the New Orleans Saints. I did not see that coming. Aaron Rodgers had 1 fantasy point. Aaron Jones had 3 fantasy points. They lost 38-3. Their defense looked terrible. Jameis Winston, who throws a bunch of interceptions, tore them up. And I think the Packers will bounce back and win this game. And bounce back and still have a good year. But man, that was a bad performance last week. But let me know what you win week 2 and stuff. And yeah, I'll try to start posting more videos and stuff. And let me know in the comments, subscribe, leave a comment, and like down below. And I'm Chris Romeo, and that's Good Denver.